All right, guys. So before you take the quiz that you are going to take, I just wanted to go over a few things and give you a few little tips, little pointers to kind of help you out with some problems around the quiz. First things first, homework review. I picked a couple problems from the homework. Some of the problems I thought were a little more challenging. Okay, to just go over real quick in case you were a little confused. Looking at the work that was turned in, most of you guys seem to do pretty well. Okay, but there are a couple mistakes that I want to just iron out and make sure you're okay with. So if we take a look at number 6, hopefully you realize in number 6, this 2 has to get distributed to the 3, to the x squared, and to the y to the third power. So you would have 3 squared, x squared, squared, y to the third squared. So each term on the inside is now squared. Now the mistake that I see the most is with the 3 squared. Okay, 3 squared does not say 3 times 2, guys. Remember, 3 squared is 3 times 3, which is 9. A lot of you guys are accidentally putting 6. Okay, remember, you're not doubling it. You're not multiplying it by 2. You're multiplying it by itself, 9. Okay, x to the second, that's an exponent high multiply. And then y to the third to the second, that's also an exponent high multiply. So you should be multiplying the exponents there. So my answer for number 6 is 9x to the fourth, y to the sixth. Okay, number 12. Okay, you have to start with the cubed. That cubed goes to the 2. So I have 2 cubed. Okay, then I have x to the third to the third. Right, that 3 goes there. This x to the fourth just kind of hangs out and kind of waits. 2 to the third power again. That's not 2 times 3, so your answer isn't 6. That's 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. This is an exponent high multiply. 3 times 3 would give you an x to the ninth, and then you have an x to the fourth. Okay, that 8 comes down. That 9 and that 4, that's your product of powers rule, so you should add the 9 and the 4. Your answer there is 8x to the 13th. And then the last problem there, okay, 15, which was probably the problem on the homework with the most action in it. You distribute your 4 to the x to the third and the y to the fourth. So you have x to the third to the fourth, y to the fourth to the fourth, and the rest of this stuff can just drop. 2x to the third, y to the third, 2x to the fourth, y to the fourth. Okay, exponent high multiply here. 3 times 4 is going to give you an x to the 12th. Exponent high multiply there, that's going to give you a y to the 16th. And then obviously all the rest of that stuff. You don't need to be as detailed with your work as I am, but I don't think it's a bad idea because my work is organized and I'm limiting chances to make careless mistakes. Now, if you're like me and you want to organize your work even more, we'll put the big numbers in the front, 2 and the 2 go in front. Then I'm going to go with my x's, x to the 12th, x to the third, and x to the fourth. And then the y's, I got y to the 16th, y to the second, y to the fourth. The big numbers get multiplied. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, I got my product of powers rule there, so I should add the 12, the 3, and the 4. That would be x to the 19th. Okay, and then I do the same thing with the y's. I add them up. 16 and 2 make 18. 18 and 4 make 32. 18 and 4, sorry, 22. So 4x to the 19th, y to the 22nd. Okay, why do I feel like that's wrong? Oh, I made a mistake. This was a y to the third right in there. Okay, so that should be a y to the third. So this should be a y to the third, which would make that a y to the third, which would make this something a little different, right? Now I got 16 and 19, 16 and 3, which is 19, 19 and 4, which is 23. Sorry about that, guys. But now you know, if I can make a careless mistake, you can make a careless mistake. So go nice and slow with your work here and make sure you're copying everything down properly. Okay, let me put that y back in there. This y should be right in there. Okay. All right, so there's just some problems from the homework that I wanted to make sure you understood. Now, some hints for tomorrow's quiz. Okay, some hints for the quiz. Okay, find the missing exponent. Okay, there's going to be some problems that ask you to find the missing exponent. So number 25 there, you have x to the 6th and you have x to the something. You don't know what it is, and it's going to be x to the 12th. You have to know what rule is being applied. This is your product of powers rule. Okay, the rule for the product of powers is to add the exponent. So on number 25, you know that you have to have 6 plus the question mark is going to give me a 12, because when the product of powers, they add. Okay, the exponents add. So that missing exponent in number 25 is going to be a 6. An x to the 6th and another x to the 6th is what's going to give you x to the 12th. Number 26, you have x to the 4th, 2, we don't know, equals x to the 12th. This is an exponent high multiply situation. So you know that 4 times whatever the question mark is has to be 12. You should know that that is 3. 4 times 3 is equal to 12. That's our question mark, right? Exponent high multiply. 4 times 3 would give me that 12. Okay? 27. Okay? They try and confuse you by throwing a number in here. We're not really concerned with the 3. We got the 27, that's fine. We're concerned with the z, the question mark, the 3, and this z to the 18th. That's the most important thing there. So you know this is an exponent high multiply situation, right? So you know you got the question mark multiplied by the 3 has to give you 18. Okay, so you should know that the answer there is 6, because 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, 6 times 3 would give me that z to the 18. So it's just really a matter of, with these problems, guys, knowing what rule is being applied. Is it a product of powers where you need to add them, like in number 25? Or are you dealing with an exponent high multiply problem, a power of a power, like 26 and 27? All right, and then last but not least, again, these are hints for the quiz. Okay, which expression is equivalent to -6 raised to the 6th power? And then they give you 4 choices. Okay, the reason that this one can get a little tricky is because we've talked a lot about variables, and in this problem, I give you a number. Okay, but that -6 to the 6th is no different than a to the 6th. All right, we're going to approach it the same way. The base is -6. If you look at all your choices have a base of -6. Now let's start with A and go all the way to D, and we'll eliminate the wrong ones, and we'll obviously get to the correct one. And number 2, I'm sorry, not number 2, letter A, okay, this is a product of powers. You see the bases are the same, so you would have to add the 2 with the 5, so that would give you -6 to the 7th power. -6 to the 7th power is obviously not -6 to the 6th power, so A is not the answer. Number or letter B. Letter B is an exponent high multiply problem. So you'd have to multiply the 3 with the 3. That would give me -6 to the 9th. Okay, don't fall for the trap. Okay, the reason they're putting that as a choice is because they're trying to sucker you into adding those 3s and making it a 6. That is an exponent high multiply. You get -6 to the 9th. That is not the answer. Okay. Letter C. This is another exponent high multiply problem. Don't fall into the trap. Don't add that 4 and that 2. Okay. Multiply the 4 and the 2. 4 times 2, that would be -6 to the 8th. Again, this is not the answer. Okay. So obviously, by process of elimination, we know the answer is D. Let me just show you why. This -6 right here has no exponent with it. When it has no exponent, okay, it's an invisible 1. This is a product of powers. We would have to add the 1 with the 5, which obviously you should know is 6. So there's your answer. Okay, just be careful and don't fall for those traps, especially in choices B and C. Okay, you have to know the rules. Right? That's the whole key to this whole chapter, knowing what rules to apply.